Welcome back, everybody. Moving on to the next question on the test. So Mario and Luigi purchase a rectangular and triangular piece of land as shown. They plan to put up a fence and start a farm. What is the outer perimeter as an exact value? So basically they want this outer perimeter. What's that going to be as an exact value? Well, what we can do is we could just start adding up all of the sides. So let's start a big equation here. So perimeter is going to equal what? This side, which is root 2, plus this side here, which is given as 3 root 40. And then this whole side here is given as root 15 plus root 2. But we know that this side is the same as this side, right? This is just a rectangle here. So let's actually erase this here. And let's split this up. So instead of having the whole thing, root 15 plus root 2, this is going to be root 2. And then if this is root 2, and then the whole thing is root 15 plus root 2, then we know that this part here is equal to root 15. Right? So I just sort of redrew that, split those two expressions up for the whole length into here and there. So that's going to be plus root 2 plus root 15. And now what? We still have to add this side there. And notice that's the hypotenuse of this right angle triangle. So we can find what the hypotenuse is with the Pythagoras theorem. So let's label this h here for the hypotenuse. So we're going to be adding h. And then let's figure out what h is on the side, then plug it in there, and then we can just simplify all of that. So if I take this triangle, redraw it down here, this is root 15. What's this here? Well, this length is equal to this length because this is a rectangle, right? So we know that this length is 3 root 40 as well. So this is 3 root 40. And then we have our hypotenuse, and this is a right angle triangle. And because this is a right angle triangle, we know the Pythagoras theorem has to hold. So we know that h squared, the hypotenuse squared, has to equal root 15 squared plus 3 root 40 squared. Now root 15 squared, that's like root 15 times root 15, which is just 15. What's this going to be? 3 root 40 times 3 root 40. You multiply the 3's together, so that's 9. And then root 40 times root 40 is just 40. Right, so this would be 360, and then this would be 375. So that's going to be h squared. So that means h is equal to the square root of 375. So now what we do is we take that h value of root 375, plug it in here, and simplify all of this. So rewriting everything, we'll have root 2 plus 3 root 40 plus root 2 plus root 15 plus the square root of 375 for h. And now let's simplify all this. So first off, we have to simplify any radicals, and then we also have to look for like terms. So notice root 2 plus root 2, it's like 1 root 2 plus 1 root 2. Those are like terms, so we could add those. So root 2 plus root 2 is 2 root 2. 3 root 40, this root 40 we can split up into what? Root 4 times root 10. Right, because the square root of 4 is smooth. And then root 15, can't do anything really with that, can't split that up into any rootable numbers. And then root 375, we could actually split that up into root 25 times root 15. Right, 25 times 15 gives us 375. So let's keep this going. I'm going to erase this over here. So we'll have 2 root 2 plus square root of 4 is 2, and then 2 times 3 is 6. So this would be 6 root 10 plus root 15. Square root of 25 is 5, and then the square root of 15 can't do anything about that. And then notice that these are like terms, right? There's like a 1 in front here. So 1 root 15 plus 5 root 15, the radicals are the same, so we could add the coefficients in front. 1 plus 5 is just 6. And that there is your answer for the perimeter. We can't simplify that any further. There's no like terms to add here. None of the radicals are the same, and none of the radicals we can simplify further. All right, so not too bad of a question. I guess the trickiest part was just knowing that you got to find this hypotenuse, and then getting that hypotenuse to be root 375. Then from here, you just simplify it like any radical expressions.